teams in their respective locker rooms, but eventually the sun came out, the rain stopped, and eventually we did get a football game played, and it's actually being played right now, right behind me, as you can see right now. But first, we're going to check out some first half highlights for you guys. You wouldn't think this game started late with how pumped up the Mojo crowd is, but the Panthers and the Wildcats eventually got to kick their season off. For Mojo, though, it got off a bit slow, but the defense was able to hold the line in the red zone, holding Plano to just a field goal. Panthers trying to get the running game going, botched handoff, but quarterback Jacob Garcia will make it work. A little lateral to Alex Cruz. Mojo picks up a first down. Another running play, this time for Gavin Black up the middle, but it's a fake. Garcia has the ball still, booking it for the end zone, but he's knocked out of bounds, and Black is gonna mop up the rest. Little spin move to bounce off the tackle. He's got the first touchdown for the Panthers this season. Mojo would miss the extra point. Score was 6-3 Mojo halfway through the second. Fourth quarter right now, and right now things are looking pretty good for Mojo right now, just scoring a 46-yard touchdown to end the third quarter right now. Mojo is currently leading this game 13-10, and don't worry, we are going to be sticking with this one for as long as we can until the end of this game. So we will have the final score of the Permian versus Plano game right now, so don't worry, just stick it right here at NewsWest 9 for more here on Game Time. Back to you, Jenna.
All right, thanks, Jason. The Tall City teams had big tests tonight out east. Midland High on the road with a top 10 challenge in Powerhouse South Lake Carroll. The Bulldogs kept up in the first quarter, but there was a shift in the second. Angelo Renda broke free for the 14-14 tie on that quarterback keeper. Later in the frame, Midland High down 2 scores, and momentum is pulling back its way with this Blade Brandon interception. He tracks that ball down for the INT, giving the ball back to the attack. This doesn't turn into much, though. The drive stalls, and MHS has to punt, and the ball goes right back to South Lake Carroll. The Dragons held a 35-14 lead at half. The miscues continued for the Bulldogs, and the squad would end up falling 48-24. Midland Legacy seeking revenge out in Allen. The Eagles knocked the Rebels out of the playoffs a season ago, and it was all number 17 Allen tonight. Too much to handle for LHS. Legacy drops its first game of the year in a shutout, 61-0. And Odessa High was the first 6A to suit up this season last night against Amarillo. Inclement weather was the eventual winner, though, because fans at this contest only saw a handful of plays before delays made this one unplayable. The results would end up being a canceled matchup. The Broncos will be on the road next week and will try again for Game 1 under new head coach Eric Hartman. And coming up next, Basin battles and a live report from our Tyler Dubnik.
We're the Permian Panthers, and you're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9. Go Mojo!
Okay. Say go ahead. Okay.
Tyler, mic check 1 2 3. Tyler, mic check 1 2. Sounds good, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Corey's going to cue me in and stuff, so.
Break it up. 2 rips in the street might pull up on you.
Coaches searching for win number 1 with their new programs. It is, again, Crane and Stanton. Tyler Dupnick is out at the home of the Buffaloes with more on this local matchup.
Yeah, Jenna, after several lightning delays, we had a late start to this one. Of course, we saw weather all across the Permian Basin tonight, and Stanton didn't shy away from it either. But eventually the game got going. Plenty of energy tonight. Whenever the game was obviously got going, ready to roll, it seemed like the Stanton fans did not care. We were out in the parking lot, and they were sitting there in their trucks as well, waiting for this game to get started. The rain didn't damper anybody's mood. The energy was palpable from the start. Let's go look at those first quarter highlights. Rain was a theme tonight at Buffalo Stadium, but after an hour and a half delay, the Buffaloes would get a chance to rumble their way out to start the 2024 season, facing the Crane Golden Cranes on the other side. Despite the precipitation, Stanton fans would have plenty to cheer about early on in this one. Opening drive for Crane, a high snap, gets away, and it's a scramble for the football. Roll around on that wet turf. Eventually, the Buffaloes would fall on top of it. Now it's set up a fantastic field position, 4th and goal, a tush-push chance on this drive. And it's Jake Benedict with help from his teammates, fired up as he's in for 6-0 Stanton early. Next drive, a tip right into the hands of Troy Milligan at the right place at the right time. He takes it all the way for the touchdown. 50 yards for Milligan, 13-0 Buffaloes rolling early. Later on in the first quarter, a handoff to Cameron Eisman, who has plenty of room to run, jukes a man out of his shoes, and he's brought down inside the 20. And as the rain continues to fall, back to the ground game again. The Buffaloes fantastic in the running game. Emilio Godina able to punch his way in for the touchdown, 20-0 at the end of the first quarter. 34-0 score right now. Stanton dominating in the third quarter. This game obviously going to be a little bit of a late finish, so we're not going to be able to get any players' perspective tonight, or coach's corner for that matter here from Stanton. But the Gary Griffin era off to a fantastic start for the Buffaloes. First year as head coach, first game as head coach obviously as well, and looks like they're well on their way to getting a win. I told you earlier at 6 o'clock that Stanton had lost 9 games in a row. They haven't won a game in over a year, going back to August 25th of last year. So they won in week 1 last year. They're on their way to winning again here in week 1. Like I said, a really great start. They're really dominant on the ground all game so far tonight. It seems like that's continuing behind me. Their defense, obviously, we got to give them some credit too. They forced turnovers. They've been fantastic as well. So good stuff tonight for the Stanton Buffaloes. Look like they're going to get their first win in over a year, Jenna. Good for them.
Break it up.
A great way to start a new era for any coach is with a win. All right, the first Basin battle was actually last night, and it featured an honor tradition, the Howard County Bowl between Forsyth and Coahoma. Let's give you a recap of those highlights. The annual game took place at the home of the Big Spring here, serving as the neutral site to the season opener. The Buffaloes were first to find the end zone. Nicholas Holloway is going to curl out of the pocket and loft this pass to a wide open Hayden Boland for the 6-2 lead in the first quarter. The Bulldogs fired back, driving down the field, and it was the connection between Boyd Cox and Landon Wells that brings Coahoma into the red zone. Jaden Vineyard puts the Bulldogs up 9-6 to lead in the first quarter with this rushing. Touchdowns and turnovers were the story of this contest. A momentum shifter here. Noel Loya tracks this ball down for the interception and a long return to set up the offense again. Cox pushes the advantage out to 10 with the quarterback keeper, and Coahoma continued to apply pressure and escapes with a 34-28 win. All right, and coming up next, it's time to check in with the Panthers from Fort Stockton.
Crane, Golden Cranes, and you're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9. Go Cranes, baby! Yeah!
Crank it up. 2 rips in the street might pull up on you.
Inclement weather impacting many games across the basin tonight, as we've already discussed. The clash between Big Spring in Riverside did not kick off tonight. It has been postponed until tomorrow at 10 a.m. according to our reporter out in the fields. We'll have an update on this game tomorrow night right here on NewsWest 9. And action out in Fort Stockton continues our Week 1 coverage of high school football. The Panthers battling at home against the Chiefs from Lakeview. The home team tacked points on the board first. Jerry Diaz powers his way through a group of defenders and finds pay dirt for the 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Second frame and the Chiefs answer through the air. Austin Perez darts this passing touchdown to knot this game up at 7. Low scoring affair in the first half. Fort Stockton grabs the lead before the break. Cash Norman spirals this pass to Alonzo Galindo for the touchdown and the 14-7 advantage at the end of the half. It would be 21-7. Fort Stockton, the Panthers hold on to win 30-27. All right, Top Plays is back and better than ever. Stick around for the highlights of the highlights next.
Panthers, and you're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9. Let's go, baby. Hey, let's go. Hey, we here right now. We here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Two rips in the street might pull up on G. One black, one.
Our fan favorite segment is back, the best of the best. and it's all in one place. That's right, top plays. You're going to make sure to vote on your favorite tomorrow morning. On X, you can go at Alike Jenna. It will be on my X account, and that will be at 8:30. Let's hop into those top plays.
Break it up. 2 rips in the street might pull up on ye. 1 black, 1 red, both.
A couple of big plays out at Howard County, and that bowl last night. Defense was the key for Coahoma. Noel Loya proves that here with the INT and massive return to set up the offense. And then Forsan quarterback follows that. Nicholas Holloway flashes the arm strength, and the wide open Hayden Bolin takes it in for 6. And out in Fort Stockton, the rushing attack getting going. Jerry Diaz squeezes through tackles, find his way into the end zone. And finally, Stanton checking in to our list. Tipped pass and into the arms of Troy Milliken, and he takes it 50 yards for the touchdown.
Break it up. 2 rips in the street might
College football returns to the Basin this weekend. UTPB is slated to open the new season against conference opponent Western New Mexico University at Ratliff Stadium at 6 p.m. This is the first week 0 of game action in NCAA history at the Division II level. Falcons head coach Chris McCullough is ready to kick off this next chapter and put the past in the past.
I'm looking forward to it the most because it puts everything that happened in the past in the rearview mirror. Nobody talks about reigning LSC champs anymore in our building, but this kind of gets the media talking about more than what happened last year, right? We're a completely different football team, a completely different group of guys in that locker room, and the coaches as well.
All right, well, that concludes our first week of Game Time. Good to be back, highlighting, of course, the best of the best around the Basin on the gridiron. Check out NewsWest9.com on our Game Time tab for exclusive highlights and interviews, and we'll see you next week.